Hello and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I'm Zoe, and as usual, I'm here with Lizzy.
Hello.
And we are also joined today by Sal Perales of the Rogue Rebels.
High Republic on screen.
Dad,
Yeah,
can you give
so
me a yippee?
Yippee! Are we doing Anakin yippies? What are we doing?
You can go. Can you go higher?
yippee!
I don't think I can.
Okay,
We're
that's
going to be talking about, if you haven't figured it out, the Acolyte trailer. So I'm really excited. So yeah, we're going to get into it in just a minute here.
Star Wars Geek Girls. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Yes. So, the Acolyte trailer. What are our general, I don't know, impressions, I guess, of the Acolyte trailer?
it looks
I
sick.
mean, yeah, that's rad. It's High Republic stuff. It's Jedi. It's mysterious. It's like everything great about Star Wars, but like with a new twist. So I'm very interested. I like High Republic anyway, and I like Jedi anyway. So this is very much something that I was excited for already.
I'm the opposite. Like while I am super excited for this, I I don't like Jedi, and I'm not at all caught up with High Republic. Um, I know that there's Geode.
Hmm.
That's all. That's all my knowledge.
I don't know
So
if we'll see Geode in this. That would be awesome,
I
but I don't
think
think so.
I think he was on the entire poster.
You're
Uh,
right. You're
He
right.
is the poster, and he has blood on him.
oh, why does he
You're
have
so
blood
right.
on him?
Then
Because
that first
Geode takes
poster
no
with the
prisoners.
lightsaber. Yeah.
Yes, but
A
I'm
Vintian Jedi would
still
be
excited
awesome.
anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember we saw, not this exact trailer, but a very, very similar one at Celebration, London. And I, literally turned to my dad and I was like, Sal's gonna like this trailer. And I was right, I guess. So it was a very easy guess,
I
but
did. I mean, you could pretty much say that for any trailer, and you wouldn't be wrong.
this is
To be
true.
fair,
Any trailer.
man, he liked that High Republic Phase 2 trailer.
True. True, true. Yeah, it was good. I was already motivated, but this trailer is definitely very good motivation for me to catch up with the High Republic because I'm a little bit behind. I'm reading Convergence right now, and that book's awesome.
Hmm.
But I definitely
So,
need to catch up some more.
like, there are 3 phases of the High Republic, and
I'm in
we're
phase
just
2.
starting. Yeah, we're just starting in Phase 3, but Phase 2, they did the like George Lucas thing, and it goes back 150 years.
Mm-hmm.
So Phase 1 ends, and you're like, holy crap, and then Phase 2 starts, and it's 150 years before everything. So then you're like, wait, what? And you're all
Yeah.
like, a lot of people were like, oh man, like I have to see all new, and I don't get to see what happens to these people that like Phase 1 ends on such a like dramatic point.
There's so many cliffhangers and yeah.
Yeah, but by the time you get through Phase 2 and then back into Phase 3, you're back into the familiar people. But I was surprised at how many connections there were to Phase
Mm-hmm.
2, because I was like, okay, cool, now we're back to here, and I guess we know origins of things or whatever. But there is like a surprising amount of connections, even in the first couple of books. There's only a few books out right now of Phase 3. But
Yeah.
yeah, you said you're on Convergence.
Yeah, I'm on Convergence. I remember when
Did you do Path of Deceit already?
yes. Hold on, I have all the books I haven't read. Yeah, Path of Deceit I read. There's a
Okay,
lot of Path books. Okay, I have
there's
Path of
2.
Vengeance here. That's the one I still didn't read. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
Path of
that's
Deceit
like
I did.
the last one.
Yeah, Path of Deceit was like the one with Yana and Marta, like that first one with Yana and Marta,
Yeah,
right? And yeah.
and
Oh, that book was so good.
yes, that was very much. I didn't know what to compare. That was like the opening of Phase 2,
Mm-hmm.
and you start the book and you're like, oh, it's like a cute little like love story. Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember because I was really, there's so many of the Phase 1 characters I was super attached to and I really liked. And I was like, man, phase 2, like especially getting into phase 1, I was like, okay, this is like a lot of new people, a lot of new names I gotta remember and stuff. So then, and I finally got used to it, and then phase 2 was like, they're not born yet. You gotta learn all these new people again. And I was like, what?
This is all new
Man,
people
I
and
just
two
wanted
people
more like
that are a
I
bit
just wanted
younger.
more like Belle Zettifar. That's what I want. But then I
But you
really
got it.
very quickly fell in love with phase 2 and was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I really like these characters now too.
So, and then the Acolyte is going to be 100 years after all of this ends, and the books aren't even done. And by the time the Acolyte comes out, the book still won't be done.
Yeah.
The books are going to be coming out for another 6 months or so. So we're still not going to know what happens in the High Republic to like most of the characters after the show is done.
Yeah. Which is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of connecting to the books, the only currently confirmed, and I think she said this is really the only one they have for season 1, is Vernestra.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only character from the books is going to be in the or in the Acolyte, which is great for me because she's my favorite. So I'm really excited.
The green one?
Yes, the green one.
Nice.
She is the awesomest.
And
I'm learning.
I don't know if they'll do her. She's a purple lightsaber that turns into a light whip. I don't know if we'll get to see the light whip, but man, if we do.
Yeah, and she still has it.
Yeah.
Can imagine. I mean, I don't know the character, but would she throw it away?
Doesn't seem like it, but who knows? People get lost. Lightsabers get cut in half.
Yeah.
Look at Ezra.
Anything could happen.
Whips tarnished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and
Whip herself in the chin like Indiana Jones.
This is I guess a slight spoiler, but ish. But I was like, 2 years ago, I made a quiz on the Geek Girl website of like trivia, like a trivia quiz about the High Republic Jedi, and the one is like, who is a Wayseeker? And it was like Orla, and the options were like Orla, who was the right answer, but then like also like Avar, Vernestra. And someone commented on it like a couple days ago and were like, hey, now there are 2 right answers to the Wayseeker question.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? So I haven't read that far yet, but yeah.
What do you call a Jedi who runs away? What is that guy? Is he a way seeker?
That's called an Order 66 survivor.
Okay, but like 200 years before.
Well, yeah, Wayseeker. But yeah, I guess about the trailer. There's a lot going on. I'm loving seeing all these lightsabers again.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a show period. I was gonna say in live action, but it's in a show period because like Bad Batch doesn't really have lightsabers.
And like prominent yellow live action blades, which we've only seen like Rey Skywalker's yellow blade.
Yeah.
And now there's a bunch of them.
Yellow blades, and I just want to say I love Amandla Stenberg. The character is May. I love May's hair so much. That was the thing
May's costume.
Yeah, the costume overall. I just remember when we saw the trailer at Celebration, I was like, I'm obsessed with her hair. Like, first thing, that was the first thing I saw.
I like the purple she has.
Yeah, the purple and she has a cool knife, and I'm already obsessed with May.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, there's another one of the descriptions of the show that's like such and such comes into contact with like one of his former Padawans or something set on a dark path.
It's a dark warrior from his past is what it says, I think.
And I think there's another one that I read that said like a former student or former Padawan or former mentee or something that very much said like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very curious to see how that all shakes out.
Yeah, I also like seeing all the different aliens in the show. Like, you got all the little alien kids. And we have like a half Thelan in there. Obviously, Vernestra's here. Like, just seeing all these guys. There's a Wookiee Jedi, not Buryaga, sadly, but another one.
What's his name?
I like
Kelnaka?
all the babies.
Yeah, Kelnaka or something.
Kelnaka. Yeah. Baby little, like the guy in like, what is he in Force Awakens? The like super furry guy in The Force Awakens. that was like reading maps as like a teeny little baby Jedi, going like, "I see light" or whatever. Um, no, the what was it? Yeah, you have a. It's good to see aliens on screen so prominently. Like we got that with Ahsoka, which is good. But a lot of times you're watching shows and everybody's human.
Yeah, and also like,
You know.
Ahsoka kind of just did it because it had to. um,
Yeah, but still, like it was good to
yeah,
see a
yeah,
show that was like
still,
all led. Well, I guess Ahsoka. I mean, Sabine's the only human, right?
yeah.
Ezra.
Right.
Ezra's just cool though.
But I mean, like the main character, you know, Hera was like an alien. Ahsoka is the main character, an alien.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. I want to see
Main
Kelnaka throw.
character doesn't
I want to see Wookiee Jedi fighting. That
That's
I'm
what I was
excited for.
about to say. Yes, I think that's gonna be really cool because the only times we don't see too much like close up Wookiee action in live action except for like Chewie and Black K. So it'll be interesting to see that with a lightsaber.
But even like the combat stuff that we've seen, like what's his name, Eunice Suatomo, since he's taken over Chewie, like the stuff in Solo is pretty cool. Like
Well, I
Chewbacca
think
actually throws down and does like
I
shoulder
think
rolls and
Eunice is
stuff.
also Kalnaka. I think
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm
he
saying.
was at Celebration. Yeah, yeah.
Very like physical actor and like able to do those things. So I'm very curious to see like when they put a lightsaber in his hand, he's going to be able to do some cool stuff, which is great in a suit, which is what you need for a character like that.
Yeah.
Or at least is what I want to see from a character like that.
Yeah. I love all the Jedi robes in this show too. Like they have like the white like inside robes and like the mission robes that are like what we're used to in the prequels and stuff, and just like that transition is really cool. And I love that one like shot at the end of like all the lightsabers running like together. It was like it's
They're not like quite as ornate as like the High Republic stuff has all they all have like gold edging and like embroidery or whatever it is, but there's still so many like it's a lot of yellow and gold coloring, even if it's not like the same exact kind of thing. It still looks cool. So I'm very, I don't know, I like we're close to the era and we're like at the very tail end of it, so it's not like as connected as like a lot of people are like, hey, what book should I read? And I'm like, you should just read everything all the time. But I'm sure if you don't, you might not be lost, because I don't think it's going to have a lot to do with that, other than like you will know a lot about Vernestra, none of which will probably come into play in this show.
Yeah. Unless you really want to know how her light whip came to be. That's like if she even uses it, like
Right.
Yeah, I'm just excited. Like I remember that like that scene of May fighting the what's her name, the actress, the Jedi,
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah, Carrie-Anne Moss. That like scene, and she like when she like slides across the floor and stuff. That scene was just so striking to me, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like this show is gonna be this is gonna give me what I want.
That's why I really like her outfit. It just like is such a contrast. I'm you guys kind of already said it, but I like the white robes compared to the darker robes of like Jedi later. And that's why I like her purple so much, because not only it's like Sabine, like people with purple is great, but also because it's just like so nice to look at. It's so pleasing.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about May or Carrie-Anne Moss's character. I think I forgot her name. It might be like Indira or something like that. But if you look at Carrie-Anne Moss's tunic, it's like this kind of really cool looking sort of like diagonal folded tunic top. Like it looks really cool. It has like interesting like a design on it. So like I like that her costume doesn't look like a regular Jedi tunic. I just like her in general. She's always been amazing in everything I've seen her in. But seeing her in Star Wars is something that we've been asking for since like the 90s. So I'm glad it'll work out.
Yeah, I also wanted to mention the I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I can't figure out. The woman with the like thingy on her head, and she's like, very, very like phase two,
The mother or
gifts
whatever.
freely given, coded. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's very much close to like now, Lizzie. You might like this. In phase two, there are these characters that are like it's almost like a cult, and they're
I
called
love
the
It's
Path of
cults.
the Open Hand.
I love cults.
But in case she reads it, I don't want to spoil it.
No, spoil it.
well,
Yeah,
The
so
she
they're
won't read
only
it.
all
High Republic book that I've ever come close to even reading, and I actually bought it because I was going to read it, was because it had this pretty girl on it, and it was she's like a mechanic. It's like
Into the
light
Dark.
into the dark. Yeah, that
mm,
was it.
That's one
yeah,
with
they're not
Reese.
in that one.
I didn't even open it.
No.
I have it.
So
um,
yeah, it's like this cult of people. They're called the Path of the Open Hand, and they believe that the Force should be free. And so, like by extension, they believe that anybody that uses the Force, Jedi, Sorcerers of Tund, and you know every other like Force user slash whatever, Guardians of the Wills and all that, that they should not be allowed to use the Force. So like, it's almost like they want to destroy anybody who misuses the Force and takes the because the Force like should be free. So it's like they're against every Force. You know, the Jedi are the biggest Force
So they're
using
like
cult.
Jedi communists? Question mark.
well, but
It's almost like they believe that like if you do something here, it'll like the Force is like connected, and so like if I save if Rocka's falling on your head and I stop it somewhere else across the galaxy, the Force won't be there to prevent a rock falling on somebody else's head, so they will die, something like that. Like they believe in this very like cause and effect, butterfly effect kind of deal of the Force, and the Jedi are like, that's not how that works,
Mm.
you know. And they're like, but you can't prove it, and they're like, well, I mean, I can't not prove it either. So like it's one of those like weird circular arguments to where you're like, how does that even like?
That's
Because they're
usually
going to
how
be like,
cults work, though.
well, somebody just died on Yavin 4, and that you just saved somebody. So what am I supposed to believe? I guess. I mean, yeah. So it's really really interesting. It's really really cool. And then the colors, they're very like blue, and they wear like white robes with these blue. They use like blue face paint, and now you can see that these whoever this lady is, the mother or whatever. I think she's also the one that says the line like she has a line that's like, you know, this is about power and who is allowed to use it.
Mhm.
So I wonder how connected it is to that cult slash whatever, or it may be
Yeah.
just another people like it or some other people that are trying to bring like I like that idea. These people who are like fighting, you know, because in theory the Jedi are sort of free to you do whatever the hell they want with the Force because nobody stops them,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
So I like the idea of these people are like, well, why do you get to run around and jump on top of space cruisers and be like, my bad, you know, whenever something bad happens?
Guess.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's weird, but also
Mhm.
that's how cults are, so I can't say
Yeah.
nothing about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. Are they really a cult? We don't even know who these people are. They just look a little
Sounds
similar to people.
culty.
Mhm.
Looks a little
It
culty.
it looks
Smells a
culty
little
Yeah.
culty.
for sure.
Well, and these new characters, we also we know that they're all women. It's like a because like the original Path of Open Hand, um, they were all they were like mixed of like everything. Or this is described as a matriarchal society thing.
Mhm.
So I wonder like what
Yeah.
if this is like an offshoot or if it's its own
Well, I
separate
mean,
thing or like
I don't know if that specifically means it's only women because the Path of the Open
right.
Hand had a matriarch as well. They
Yeah.
had the mother,
Yeah, but I
you
wouldn't
know.
consider them a matriarchal society just because like the other high ranking were men. Like it wasn't like a she was
Okay,
in
but I mean,
charge
they
because
all
she
took
was
their
a
orders from the
woman.
mother.
Right, but she wasn't. It wasn't she was in charge because she was a woman. She was in charge because she was the cult leader. Like it was
Right.
unrelated.
Okay.
You know,
Right. She
where I
just
feel like
happened
this.
to be a woman.
Yeah, I feel like describing this as a matriarch is like to me makes me think, like, in Star Wars terms, makes me think of, like, oh, like the Night Sisters and like their whole deal with like their
Right.
planet and Dathomir,
Yeah.
and you know.
That's fair.
So I wonder if
Uh,
it's how
yeah.
that
There's a lot of
is.
databank entries on some of these characters, so I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, I know I saw the trailer and I know it looked culty.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited though. Star Wars
They
cons are
also
fun.
say the show is going to be a like thriller mystery, which makes me excited because that's something that we haven't really seen on screen, unless you count, Attack of the Clones or the Jedi Who Knew Too Much or something like that.
Hey, Andor was kind of that a little bit for sometimes.
I would call that a mystery.
There was mysteries sometimes. His sister, it's a mystery. It's how it started out.
Yeah, but that wasn't even central. He asked one person one time, and then somebody else said,
Yeah.
"Leave it alone," in another episode, and then we never heard about it again.
True.
I'm not saying we won't. I'm just saying that's like a B story. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the central. I guess you could say that for Attack of the Clones too. The mystery is the B story. But the
Well,
B
and we
story
know
is
that there's
bigger.
like with Acolyte, we know there's this the idea is like there's someone going around killing Jedi. So it's like
Yeah.
seems like it might be May because she is described as an assassin, but
Mm-hmm.
and she is attacking, Carrion Moss. So signs point to May, but we know how they edit these trailers, so
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to.
And if like
interesting.
the trailer reveals the mystery, then it's not a very good mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, but I like that idea. Like, there's a really great comic miniseries in Phase 1 of the High Republic called Trail of Shadows. That's a mystery, and it's a very like film noirish. So I don't know how deep they're going to get into like that side of it or how they're going to play out this mystery. But I like the idea of seeing a Star Wars mystery thriller on screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, other than, like I said, a few episodes of the Clone Wars, we haven't really had that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely really interested in this, how, like, they're doing, like, a Jedi mystery, and, like, because it seems like Master Soul is going to be kind of that main guy, like, the main kind of guy of, like, he's the one with the connection to May and stuff, but there's so many other characters, so it's interesting to see, like, what roles they're going to play, like, what's Vernestra going to be up to, in this book, or in this show, and
Yeah. Everything looks amazing. The way it was shot, every
yes.
scene, all their costumes. Like, everybody looks awesome. A red lightsaber flies into somebody's hand. What do y'all think about that?
They seem really surprised to see a red lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess the main question is, like, is that a Sith or is that not a Sith?
I assume that would be, well, the beginning of Sith.
Well,
I don't know the lore.
I mean, the lore that we know so far is Darth Maul fights Qui-Gon Jinn, and he's like, I encountered a Sith. And they're like, no, you didn't. The Sith have been dead for a millennia. You're dumb. You're so dumb. And Qui-Gon is like, I say what I said. And then later at the funeral, they're like, yeah, well, maybe that was a Sith, but which one did we kill? The Master of the Apprentice. And then the whole Clone Wars, in theory, they're looking for the second Sith once Dooku's revealed himself. So a lot of people will use this argument to be like, there was no Sith for 1,000 years. No, you idiots. They were hiding for 1,000 years. That's the difference. And also, in the words of King Tom, Ki-Adi-Mundi was wrong about everything. I do not think the Sith could be here right under our faces. Of course not.
Also, the whole point of that scene was that they were wrong. Like,
exactly. Yeah. If you think that there are no Sith, then George Lucas and the Sith fooled you too.
Yeah.
But clearly there were Sith, because that's the build up to all of that is Palpatine finally defeating the Jedi. And then the Jedi know, but what we know a little bit more beyond that is they know about Darth Bane. Because they're like, well, always, they know about the rule of two, which has presumably happened for a millennia. Because Darth Bane is the one that invented it. So I'm always like, okay, they know that the Sith were defeated, but they know that they survived and had instituted the rule of two. Then they think they defeated them again because they killed two of them, probably. And then we're like, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You know what I mean? While
Yeah.
the Sith continue hiding. But my thing is, how do you know about Darth Bane and also the rule of two and think the Sith are extinct? Like, that part's wrong. The Sith are not extinguished. But then I guess the thing that you have to continue on is like, Sith exist, Jedi are unaware of it for 1,000 years. That's your big takeaway, right?
Yeah.
Red lightsaber flies on screen.
Yes. Yeah, and I
That
wonder
doesn't
if
necessarily have to be a Sith, but
no, it
like
just has to
that's a
be
Sith
someone
thing.
who corrupted a kyber blade with the dark side. Because
Yeah,
I
or
mean,
was given to it or found one. Because
yeah,
like
cool. Because like we have
Inquisitors are
Shin,
all given their
Balin,
lightsabers.
Inquisitors. Yeah.
Balin's is orange.
Well,
So Balin,
close enough to red.
they don't have. Balin and Shin don't have red sabers, but Inquisitors do. But they just give them to them. They're like, here you go. I bled
Yeah.
it.
Well, and like
Whatever. I don't
Ventress
know.
had red. Ventress had red
Exactly.
sabers, but she
Ventress. We don't
wasn't
know
a
where she.
Sith.
Well, if you take the legends, Dooku gave them to her.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if that's true, canon wise.
Yeah.
But so we have no like, we have other non-Sith using red lightsabers, but so far we don't. I guess unless you count Kylo, he's the only non-Sith who we know for a fact bled his own crystal.
Yeah.
You know, but man, even Luke got a red crystal around his neck. So like, it's not like it's impossible for anybody to have a red lightsaber.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just curious. And even when there was a red lightsaber, and Qui-Gon was like, "I think I found a Sith," the whole council was like, "No, you didn't." So a lot of people are very much like, "Well, Sith can't exist." No, you fools. They already existed. Like, we know that. But the Jedi said that they don't exist. Yeah, they're wrong. Ki-Adi-Mundi's an idiot. The thing that is true is because they're like, well, then everybody has to die because, like, if there's a Sith, there can't be any witnesses and they have to kill everybody. Like, no, they can go and be like, this dude came out with a red lightsaber and killed us all, shot us with Fort lightning, and they'd have been like, no, he didn't. You guys are just whack. I don't know what happened, but
I told you
it's
he'd
not
not
a
do
Sith.
it.
I do not think the Sith could be here without us knowing about it. We're all wise and powerful. So I don't know. I'm just curious to where you guys lie on that. I think it can be a Sith, and also it can not be a Sith. And it doesn't, neither of those things, regardless of the outcome, will mess with anything because the Jedi were tricked. The whole point of the prequels is that the Jedi were fooled, bamboozled, if you will.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel like it messes with anything if it is a Sith. I don't know if it is because it's like someone could just be like a dark side evil person and also just not consider themselves a Sith. The same way you could have a light side person just not consider themselves a Jedi.
Right.
So it's interesting. I feel like it'll probably be a Sith, just like narratively, to just be like, hey, there's Sith around here, guys.
I think it would be
They're
interesting
hiding.
to see. So far in canon, we still haven't seen Sith in hiding. The closest we get is Darth Maul being like, I think I want to go kill a Jedi right now.
Yeah.
You know, but like we've never seen them before they reveal themselves. And I'm very curious to see in canon what that would be like. Like, you know, how they carry out their Sith business
Yes.
undercover and in,
if they're
you know,
assassinating the Jedi, because like on May's databank
Right.
entry, it says she gets like swept up into the mystery. So it's like maybe she is maybe not framed like purposefully, but at least like just wrong place, wrong time, very likely suspect. And when it's really like a whole Sith thing, and what that'll mean for her character, like if she's gonna be like, hey, no Jedi, I'm chill. I just like attack that lady, but like I'm mostly chill. Like, I'm not trying to do dark side stuff, or if maybe the Sith will be like, hey, you like killing Jedi? Us too. Like what way her character's gonna go, or obviously it'll very likely go a completely different way. So I'm just really
slaps red lightsaber. This bad boy can cut so many Jedi.
I would love to see her with a lightsaber. But yeah, I'm honestly, she's definitely the character I'm most excited for.
Purple saber.
Purple
Vernestra has a purple saber.
Vernestra does have a purple saber.
And light whip, perhaps.
Slash light whip.
Yes. Lizzie, what are you curious about?
That character. I'm still curious
May?
about that character. Yeah.
Just May.
Well, okay, not just her. I mean, again, while I don't really like Jedi, I'm interested in the different to see like the differences between the Jedi we technically have now and then these Jedi. I think that's really cool, especially because again,
Mhm.
I am the audience that has never picked up a High Republic book, is
Mhm.
totally unaware of High Republic. This is the equivalent of someone watching Ahsoka and being like, "Who is Ezra? Why is he important?"
They're looking for.
So,
Why this dude got organ music when he walk out?
so
Why that
like
stormtrooper
that's
have a gold face?
this is me um to this show, and I think I don't know. I'm excited for it. Again, I'm gonna give it a chance, even though the Jedi drama is sometimes a little too much for me. Um, I don't know. I'm curious about how cool they will be. The baby Jedi. I wonder if they're gonna show like at least an episode of the baby Jedi. Like I think that will be cool. Like just see how their training is.
Mhm.
Um, and just yeah, I think that. And there's something else. Now that you mention a light whip, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how it works. I mean, I like you just don't touch it, but what like it drags on the floor, so does it burn through the
Well, I don't think it's
floor?
that long. It's probably
So
about
it's
as
really
long as a
short?
lightsaber.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
also
about as
like
long as a
her.
lightsaber.
It's not like she ignites it and it just like flops out as a light whip. Like it's a lightsaber, and then she like does a little thing and it becomes a light whip. Like while she's using
Oh,
it, and then it can turn back into a lightsaber.
Yeah,
it's not
as
as
it's described in books. Dude, the way that I kept thinking of it was, I think I just watched like Wonder Woman, and I was like, that might work. But hers is like really long, her like lasso
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and
Or
doesn't
like
cut through
I
everything.
thought of it a little bit as just like a much better version of like remember those like Zygerians had those
Oh
whip
yeah.
thingies like that, but
Hmm.
like way better and cooler because it's a lightsaber.
The
Speaking
little
of which,
baby.
oh sorry.
I was just gonna say the little baby Jedi that we've seen. Some people were wondering because it's like, I see light, balance. I see fire. Like some people were like, is that a little May? Like, I'm like, we better
Maybe.
keep our eye on her.
I also didn't know if the fire was a bad thing because that scene just made me think of in Light of the Jedi when all the different Jedi have their own thing that they see the
Hmm.
Force as. Like for some it's music, for some it's an ocean, stuff like that. And so it's
Right,
like maybe they just see it as a flame. That doesn't have to be a bad thing,
right. Bell does.
unless they're like, oh, I see fire burning up innocent children and people in the town. It's like, oh,
That's what I thought.
maybe we do need to watch that kid.
The 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 thing I think that I am curious to see how it translates is in the High Republic. Like one of the biggest failings of the Jedi that we are so familiar with is that they're so like isolated, distant, and like disconnected from the universe. That they
Mhm.
don't, they sit in their thing and they're like, well, okay, the senator says we need, okay, so we're gonna go check out this trade. Like they kind of don't do anything and they're separated from everything. And I like that in the High Republic, like the outposts that are all over the place in different parts of the galaxy, like Jedi are in those outposts and they're researching and they're parts of different communities and they're like out in the universe helping people and not just all sitting in a temple on Coruscant talking about what their job is this week.
Mhm.
And I wonder how this is going to, you know what I mean? Like how they're going to translate that on screen and like
Yeah.
seeing the Jedi out there
Mhm.
as actually part of the community, part of the galaxy. That might be interesting if they like
Yeah.
do it right. There's actually a
Especially.
book coming by John Jackson Miller called The Living Force.
Oh yes.
And it's Qui-Gon yelling at the Jedi, being like, "You fools, sit here in your council room and like don't do anything. So come on, we're going on a road trip." And he takes the entire Jedi Council on a road trip, which includes Yaddle, Yoda, Mace
Yaddle.
Windu, Yariel Poof, Sassy Teen, Idiot Plo Koon. I'm sorry, Plo Koon's fine. Idiot Kiadi Mundi.
I was
Who
like,
else am I
wait,
missing?
Do not
what is
talk
wrong
ill
with Plo
of Plo
Koon?
Yeah,
Koon.
how dare you
What's
say
the
that about Flo's
shade
bros?
with Plo Koon?
Who am
Do
I missing?
not, do not speak ill of
Eth
Plo Koon.
Koth,
Depa Balaba, is she in that
Depa
one, or is
Balaba,
she? Yeah.
Yeah, Depa Billaba, Koth, or whatever, Aegon Kolar, I can't remember which one. And then, you know, Adigalia or Stas Ali, I can't remember which one. And then whoever else. No, not what's the little guy with the eye patch?
Oh,
Evan
even
Peel.
Peel. Yeah.
I think that's just about everybody. I said Mace Windu, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Snake Guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Snake Guy with a beard.
Yeah.
So basically, Qui-Gon yells at them and says, "You guys need to get out and touch grass." I'm halfway through the book right now. It's amazing. And they're like, you know what? We ain't been out this temple, and this would be a nice little vacation. They go on a spring trip, road break, road
Nice.
trip, spring
That's
break,
much needed.
road trip.
Yeah, I mean, the Acolyte is such a, like, it's like an exact, almost midpoint between the High Republic that we see in the books and then what we see the Jedi have become in Phantom Menace. It's like that exact middle point. So it'll be really interesting to see that transition and how that's been taking place. And what they're all up to. What Vernestra's doing.
Lizzie, do you have questions? High Republic questions of things in the Acolyte that you think you're curious about?
How thriller is Thriller?
I don't know. We haven't seen the show
show's
yet.
not out yet.
Well, no. But, like, is the books Thriller at all? I know there was
The
some
books-
scary
well,
parts
depends
to
on the
The
it.
books are all different.
Yeah, the books are all different.
It would be like trying to, like, say, like, oh, what's a Clone Wars episode like when all the different arcs have their own things going on there? It's like, well, do you mean
That's
a
why
Jar
I
Jar
said
episode, or do
Which
you mean
one has the thriller? And
The
how
one
is
that
it?
is Thriller is Trail of Shadows. It's a comic book. It's really good. I like it a lot.
There's also not as much like a mystery kind of thriller, but the Fallen Star, I think, if you're looking for a novel, would be one of the closest for that. I thought it was thriller.
Yeah,
But that's a book I wouldn't just
yeah.
read The Fallen Star. That's a book I would read other books. Some books I think
like,
you can just pick up. Fallen Star, I think you would want to read another book or two.
Either like, because a lot of people are always asking, well, where should I start and what should I do? You can kind of pick up either all of the like adult books and just go through it that way, or like, and you could probably get the gist of what's happening. Like you could do Light of the Jedi, what is it? Rising Storm, Fallen Star, and then you have a pretty good idea of what the big things are in the High Republic, you know. But if you like certain characters, you could be like, oh, I really like Vernestra. So you could go through that and be like, okay, I'll do a Test of Courage, you know, and like all the books with Vernestra Rowe in it, you know, Out of Darkness or Out of the Shadows or whatever, you know. So like, and it's funny because like out of all the characters, a lot of them seem to follow that same thoroughfare except for Vernestra. Well, I guess Avon now too, but like you could read the young, like mostly the young readers, whereas like Vernestra's books. It was like a Test of Courage is Vernestra, and then what was the next? It wasn't Mission to Disaster, but she's in that one too. And then there was one more.
Vala, was that?
Oh yeah, I guess she wasn't really in that one. That was like but like then she sort of went up to the young adult books. She was in like Out of the Shadows. And then if you read the one that just came out, the YA book, it was called Defy the Storm. And she, like, her and Avon are in that book. So it's like they sort of graduated from like middle grade to young adult.
Oh.
A little bit, if you think about it that way. I don't know. Because I don't really like think about it like genres. But if you do look at it in genre, you could probably pick up, you know, like I said, Light of the Jedi, the three main books, like that'll give you a lot of Avar, a lot of Elzar, a lot of Stellan. Like you'll get the main, like you won't, like Vernestra's in them periodically, but she's not really like a main character. You're just like, oh, it's Stellan's Padawan. Oh, hi, bye, okay. You know. So I would say find characters you like or themes.
Yeah.
You want the big beats, pick up the adult books. That'll usually cover it very well. But I would say for phase 2, I think the YA books are even better and closer to whatever the heart of this cult nonsense is. It's almost like
how it goes.
The adult books, Convergence and Cataclysm, are like the big Jedi side of the story. And then Path of Deceit and Path of Vengeance is like the cult. Like that's where you really understand what the Path of the Open Hand is doing.
Mhm.
And you don't really get that from the other books. You just get like something's wrong going on there. Oh no. You know. So I don't know. Like and then phase 3 just started and it's rad already and we're only 3 books in.
I think I need to just get into the one that I have, Into the Dark or something.
Here's a pro tip I'm gonna give you guys. Pro tip for the High Republic. A lot of characters, a lot of people. If you start with the comics, then go read the books, you all of a sudden will be familiar and have a visual idea in your head of what they look like. And the books will be way less confusing when you meet new characters. Because they'll be like, Avar meditated on the verse. And you're like, I know her. She was in issue 2. You
Or you
know.
can do what I did and just every time there's a character name, I would Google it and see if there's art. Like just Google images and be like,
Right.
oh, okay,
If you
that's
have a
what you look
reference
like.
sheet, that's fine too.
I looked up a singular character. I opened that book to like a page. I did that. I looked up the first character that came up, and it was like, blah 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 blah. This guy, he's dead. And I was like, well, but okay.
You just gotta just images it. Don't go on Wikipedia. Wikipedia's
I
great.
did it. It was like the
unless-
first, like you know how like it's like the websites first. It was just in bold, dead, and I was like, thank you, Google.
You just type like High Republic, then go to images. And then go to
Yeah,
like High
immediately,
Republic,
just like sit there and
Comac
click on
Vitus.
image.
High Republic, Markion Rowe.
Yeah,
High
I was like,
Republic,
oh, okay.
Amadeo Izazi.
I texted Dad about it, and Dad was like, well, technically he is dead. It was thousands of years ago. Technically.
Yeah, that was
Like,
600 years ago, man.
That
You don't
doesn't
know.
help.
Could be a whole slew of books coming.
Yeah.
You might not even die in your lifetime. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as the Acolyte goes, I don't really know where to start, but I'm getting a little bit of Phase 2 vibes. And I would say if you want a good Star Wars thriller story, I say go for Trail of Shadows. It's a comic book detective story with like a Jedi and a detective trying to figure out stuff. And there's a really great, like one of my favorite panels in there is like this guy with like a fully automatic blaster going like, I'm a doctor, damn it. And he's like killing people. That's just funny to me. Any
I am a
whoozle bee.
surgeon. I am a surgeon. I want Purple Lady. My brain is simple. That's all I need.
Purple
And
lady.
baby aliens.
Oh. Purple lady, cult lady?
That one too.
What are we talking about? Are you talking
You
about
mean
May?
May.
Okay.
So you
Lady
can't
in
say
purple.
purple lady when you're talking about Star Wars because
Yeah, I know. We're like, which
ladies.
like
I like
that-
all the purple ladies, so it doesn't matter. Give me
Yeah.
all
I
of
We were
wasn't
them.
like-
in this show yet, so we were confused.
Yeah, the pirate girl from Resistance. She was purple. What's her name?
Sonara.
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 I was watching Young
Sonara.
Jedi Adventures, and there's like a Trandoshan lady pirate, and her outfit is very similar to Sonara's.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the jacket.
Dude, have you finished Young Jedi Adventures? Because it is
No.
amazing. Me
No,
and
I
Axel
just-
finished it,
I
and we're
still
like,
need to
oh my
watch a
god.
few. I need to watch the last
Like-
few, but I watched the Bell
Okay.
Zettifar one and had to cry for like 20 minutes because I was like,
Yeah, that
oh
was
my
amazing.
god.
It's him and his master. Look how much
Yeah.
fun they're having.
Look
Don't
how
read any
they're
books.
Look how
They have
happy
fun
and alive
forever.
they are.
Never read a
They're
book.
they're so full of life and have all their appendages.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, you like Bell Zettifar and Loden Greatstorm? Do not read Trail of Shadows. Do not. Under any circumstances.
Hurt.
Yes. Charhound.
Charhound. Oh my gosh, if Vernestra gets to be in Young Jedi Adventures, I'm gonna lose my marbles.
Marbles?
So, Vernestra was good friends with Avon. I wonder if she still knows any Staroses.
Oh, yeah, that is the thing
Yeah.
I was gonna say. What about Son of Staros' ancestor?
That's Avon.
Yes.
I want that.
Well, there's another one, but yes.
Avon.
Avon is the main one.
Yes.
No one said
Oh,
Avon
we don't
Sparrows.
have to. We don't need to talk about the other.
We don't
one.
need to talk about the other one.
We don't talk about the
Right.
other one.
No, we don't talk about the other one.
Who?
Only Avon.
What's with
Exactly.
the other
Avon
one?
is wonderful. Avon is in the YA book I just read
No, the
called
other
Defy
one.
the Storm. No, not the
We'll
other one.
talk about the other one.
don't need
Avon's
the other
great.
one.
She's the most
No other ones.
adorable little mechanic.
Mhm.
And
Scientist.
She's such a fun little attitude. Yes, she's a scientist.
Scientist.
She has her little robot friends. Yeah, she
Mhm.
was. I really fell in love with Path of the Jedi, and then when I read Test of Courage, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, man, all these new people again. Oh my goodness. But then I was like, oh, these are actually my favorite new people.
Yeah, and that's like the first one with like Vernestra.
Yeah, it's the first one's Vernestra. We got Avon, Imri's in there. All sorts of buddies.
Buddies.
Mhm.
Oh, who's the other one?
Did you see the like first on-screen Nile in like the Young Jedi Adventures?
If I did, I didn't recognize it as Nile. I've seen a lot
There's
of
one-
pirates.
Yeah, there's one episode where there's some pirates, and like if you look at their outfits, you can see they have the like the eye, the symbol.
I think
on
I did
their
see that, and I wasn't sure if
clothes.
it was the eye or
And I was
not.
like, these are Nile, dude. And Axel was like, what? They look so funny.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, these are cute Nile.
these are the like baby, like the baby Nile. They're like not full Nile yet. They're half grown. They still have to
Zoe,
marinate.
Finish that series. Those episodes are like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're like when you get to the end, I think you are gonna be like me and Axel, mind blown.
Okay. I'll let you know when I finish, and we'll podcast about it with Axel.
Okay. Okay,
And
but you're
Lizzy
gonna have to
can
do it on our
come too.
podcast.
If you watch it.
Huh?
She's watched a few, but only when she's here.
Well, that's because you don't even put it on to put it on. You're like, you'll like this episode. And I'm like, what about... You're like Axel. Like, you just put on a random episode.
Well,
I mean,
so
it's
to
not
be
really
fair-
a serialized story.
It's
yeah, to be
not,
fair,
but like
yeah.
then he's like, well, you only watched like every other one. And I'm like,
Well, look,
because
I don't know how to tell you this, Lizzie, but you can go onto your own Disney Plus profile and watch them all in order.
I physically
You can.
cannot.
You physically can. You have
If
fingers.
we're not gonna podcast about this show,
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
podcast
gonna
about this
watch
show.
This Star Wars show.
Watch the entire series. We'll podcast about the show. Done. I don't have a
the
gavel.
entire thing.
Yeah. It's only like 20 episodes. It's one season, dog.
Okay. Heard.
Made up of like 10-minute stories. You can watch them half by half. I watched them. I can cover 2 of them in one meal.
Only 2?
I get. You can take more if you want. That's what I did.
No, well, I don't know. I don't eat slow.
Yeah.
I
I think you'll hit a
swallow
few
food.
choice moments. Like, there's like a couple episodes on Batu. That's fun.
Oh, cool.
You know,
Like when
there's
Kaz almost went to Batu,
yeah,
or
but
like
they actually go.
went to Batu. Okay.
Yeah, they actually go. But it's like 200 years ago or so. So there's no like Thai Eidolon sitting in
No
the corner.
Marathi.
No Vimerati.
No.
No Kylo Ren like walking around yelling at 12-year-olds.
I'm good without that.
Was the
I
I think
Falcon
I've gotten
there?
over my Kylo phase.
Hmm.
Maybe. Just
Maybe.
a little. Perhaps. Perhaps.
Well, I mean, I feel like we didn't talk about the Acolyte that much. We just talked about High Republic
I
and
mean,
books and
well,
talked
other
about
High
the
Republic related
history.
things.
So yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
related.
the stuff
Okay.
around it.
Fair enough. The trailer was
But-
awesome.
Yeah, the trailer's awesome. It's a mystery, aliens, cool fights,
Cool outfits,
the Squid Game guy,
cool lightsabers,
the guy from The Good Place.
cool purple ninja costumes.
Yes. Vernestra Rowe.
Vernestra Rowe opening doors. Yeah, I'm excited.
Good stuff.
Can't wait
Yeah.
till June.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. They also already rolled out Black Series figure, or not? They didn't roll them out, but they revealed the
Mhm.
Black Series figures, and they look really cool. And I'm excited for Acolyte Summer.
Cool.
It's like a hot girl summer, but it's
Hot Acolyte
Acolyte.
summer.
I think it
Acolyte
still is a hot girl summer.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you gotta put hot Acolyte girl summer.
Now the real question is, will we get Acolyte Fortnite?
I don't
Ooh.
know.
If they do, who will we get?
Oh, Zoe, wait, no, I need to ask you too. Because I asked my dad, this dad,
Many?
what
Never mind.
character you would want in Fortnite from Star Wars. Like, you only got one character
Sabine
skin.
Wren.
That's it? You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
So it is written.
Which one?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with the epilogue / Ahsoka look.
Her.
With a
Good
back
choice.
bling. That's her jetpack.
Good
From
choice.
Rebels. Yes.
You don't want Chopper as a back bling?
Chopper would go for Hera. I want the
Well, you
jetpack.
can only pick one.
Well, then I'll go Sabine with jetpack.
Fair enough.
Because if Chopper was the back bling, he'd steal all my kills. You know?
Or he just scream every time you get a kill.
You guys were talking on the last podcast about people running away, and I'm like, why would you run away? It's a fighting game. Kill each
That's
other.
what I'm saying.
You live or you die.
That's what
How
I'm
dare you
saying.
run away? Why are you running? Why?
I don't let them run away. Well, I like my
I will-
friends.
I
They
will
always
find
make
you.
fun of me
I
because
will
they're
kill you.
like, oh, Zoe is halfway across the map. Like, what happened? And I was like, oh, there's a person over there, and I just chased them because they wouldn't die.
Why are you running?
Yeah, no, I hate them. Because I'm not gonna sit there and harass other players.
It's literally the point
I
of
will
the game.
chase you down. I will
No,
chase
thank
you
Kill
down.
each other. How dare you run away? This is a fight to the death.
I literally
me.
make
Fight
friends
Face
with people on
me.
Fortnite.
Fight me with honor.
Uh-huh.
I
What is that
walk up
from?
to them, they're
I
like,
think this
hey,
is a sign that
oh
we
my gosh,
need
yay.
to do a podcast while playing Fortnite.
Yeah, you can come check it out on
I would be
Twitch.
very distracted. I'd be like, yeah, and that guy's low. That would be it.
Hmm. You should just do it on our Twitch channel.
I can't stream yet, or at least I don't know how.
Well,
to
maybe
stream.
if I get in a party with you guys, I can stream from our Twitch.
Okay.
Then could you stream? Would we be able to do voice chat and stream like that?
I hope so.
Okay. That would be a fun time.
Sounds great.
Fortnite times.
Hmm. What are you running?
Yeah.
Lizzy, chase this person to the death.
No.
But I mean, we got Ahsoka Fortnite, but we
Yeah.
didn't get Andor Fortnite. So
And we didn't get Bad Batch Fortnite.
no, we didn't.
So we're missing a little bit of Fortnite. So what else is coming? We got Acolyte coming. We got Skeleton Crew. I guess we don't know enough about that to be like, who should
I don't
we
know
want?
if
We
we'll
want
get
Jude
Skeleton
Law.
Crew Fortnite because they're all like little kids. So
Well, I was saying that we should get an OP pit. When she asked me, I think my final answer was because I was like, I just want something that they would never make and that I could just have just because they would never make it. And then I think I said like a few things before I ended up yelling out Gala Voss just so I could finally see what the Gala Voss's outfit is and then use it.
You know who I think would fit really well in Fortnite, like the Star Wars character that has the most Fortnite vibes? It's Dr. Aphra.
That was my last one.
That was Lizzie's, yeah.
That is
makes
a
sense.
Fortnite. That is a Fortnite
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did
got
a
that.
whole series of
Imagine
TikToks.
an Afrasana combo.
Yes.
Boom, boom. They come with Sana's ship. Because Sana has a pretty cool ship.
Well, we could have like the B2. No. BT.
Yeah, and like Afra can have
backbling.
B2 on the back. No, BT, yeah. Yes, you are right.
It would be funny to have like a mini 000, or like like there's like the 3PO backpack, like that, but 000, and he just like
I don't have a
his like
3PO
eyes,
backpack.
his eyes like glow red every time you get a kill or something like that.
That'd be cool.
I think
And then,
we'll
like-
get because Chewie's supposed to come to Fortnite in the next couple of months. because they
That'd be
found
nice.
files of his bowcaster or something. I don't know.
I like if they do have a like Afra, you can have like the red vest or the black jacket.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh!
let
And
her
if
have a
you're
few little
Afra, then
looks.
you can duo up with Black K.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And that
Or
fits.
Luke.
Or Sana.
Or Sana. We don't have Sana. Or
Mm-hmm.
Vader.
Good old Sana never lets us down. What about Rebels? We don't have Rebels. We have Clone Wars, kind of. Well, I guess we don't. We have clones.
We have the Ahsoka and Wolf clones.
Yeah, but that's
And
Ahsoka is
that's
from
it.
like Ahsoka show.
No, I mean the
Like,
Ahsoka clone.
oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. That's fair.
But yeah. I think Rex.
But
I'm
yeah,
surprised we don't have Rex. Seems like obvious.
yeah, they have like a 501st clone, but they don't. But it's because they're all palette swaps. You would have to design another helmet for Rex. You know,
Yeah.
that's why we don't have Rex.
Someday.
But like if we had Rebels, you know, then we could have a like an Ezra and Hera and Kanan and a
Chopper back
Sabine.
bling, Ghost Glider.
I think they can give us like they can get a 2-for-1. They can give us a Sabine for season 2 of Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
But then when like Rebels comes out, they can give us like more Sabine outfits.
Yeah. And I'll buy them all.
You guys are just sitting on money here, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even used my little Fortnite gift card because I'm waiting for that Acolyte skin to come out.
Yeah. I don't know if if they're not doing Rebels and a bunch of stuff, I don't know if they would do Acolyte.
Well, Rebels like came out, or like you know what I mean. It's almost like they keep current, but they skip Bad Batch. That's 5 easy.
Yeah, right.
Ones right there, all unique, all really cool looking armor.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you could, yeah, and I wonder if it's I don't know what the whole process is, but like, cause like Andor didn't get one, but every other show, like since Mandalorian, all the Star Wars shows have gotten at least one, except Andor and Bad Batch. And
I guess so. Huh?
Yeah.
But how many of those shows were? I guess you could count because I would say they didn't do the Clone Wars either.
Resistance didn't go either.
Oh yeah, I guess not.
Because that was after Mando.
Okay, but they didn't start
like
till was Mando the first one?
Yeah, but was that in season 1? I think that was season 1.
I don't know, but Mando came out when Resistance was already on the air. So like, if Mando was the first one, maybe that's why they skipped Resistance and Rebels because that already happened.
Season 2 of Resistance.
Where is my young Jedi Adventure Fortnite people? Where is Nubs? Is he safe?
Nubs is too powerful
for
Fortnite. Nubs is too powerful. If you spawned in with Nubs, it would just shut the whole game down. They couldn't handle his power.
Nubs rifted. Oh no.
Nubs has picked up a victory crown.
Nubs is the final boss of Fortnite, but you can't kill him.
Nubs has picked up all that crap that I leave sitting around that's glowing when I'm like, never mind, I'll just use this. Care not for your tricks. I want the rocket launcher. Okay, well, Acolyte and Fortnite, we did it. It's done.
We did it.
Lizzie, I just had a thought that concerns our last podcast that we already recorded but haven't released yet.
Okay.
It's the Bad Batch.
What do you mean?
Y'all already talked Bad Batch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if we have a little bit of like maybe Bad Batch spoilers on an Acolyte?
I think we're
episode?
Okay.
Okay. So
we already been talking about Fortnite for 10 minutes. So
spoilers for whatever episode Florida Man we just had. But the end of the episode, Fennec's talking to somebody, and we're like, it's probably Ventress, right? Like, she's got to be talking to Ventress. And they're saying Class A or whatever bounty hunters are specifically out there looking for people with M counts. And I was like, okay, that's right. Like, Ventress was a bounty hunter, and she's one of the few who would be badass enough to take on this thing. But then I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if she would knowingly hunt down Force-sensitive people to deliver them to the Empire. I don't think she would. So, my newer thought is either A, she's contacting them and they know about it, or she's contacting a bounty hunter that is doing that, like Cad Bane, who we already know worked for the Emperor before he was the Emperor. You know, or one of the, like, it could be any bounty hunter. It could be Cad Bane, because we know he shows up. But what if Ventress is out there stopping people from finding M count people and saving them and
Being
giving them to Voss in the
bountied.
path?
Yeah. We
Like-
actually talked about that on our show a little bit. That she
Okay.
could be taking the bounties as a way to take them instead of taking the bounty and turning them. And she takes the bounty and then brings the kid to Quinlan Voss for the hidden path.
Right. Okay. I'm just like, she might not be calling her at the end of that episode, how I was so sure before. And then I also don't think she would hunt them down in any case.
I still think it's Ventress. But you're
still
right.
think
I
she's
don't
calling
think
her?
she's. I still think she called Ventress. I just don't think she's. I just don't. I agree. Ventress is not hunting
Right.
down the children.
Unless there's a good, I'd also just don't, I wonder, like, unless there's a good explanation, like the one I just gave, if Ventress would go back to bounty hunting after being like, hey, I'm alive again.
Hey,
Guess I better get a job.
that's how it works.
Yeah, I guess so.
It could be Cad Bane. It would be interesting because Cad Bane, because it's like I do kind of like the whole bounty hunter code of like, if you fight, it's like, we're chill now. Sometimes like something like it's like
Yeah.
it was for the money.
And what
I
if our
get
skug holes?
you.
I mean, I say Cad Bane because we already know he's in the show because he was in the trailer, and then also we know he's like class A, like he's one of the best,
Mm-hmm.
So I say out of all the bounty hunters, he's probably one of the ones that's on that list.
Yeah.
That's all. Spoilers over.
I did just think I was like, oh, what if it's Boba? But probably not.
I mean,
I mean,
it could be,
It could
but he wouldn't be alone because he's still working with Crate's Claw, probably,
Yeah.
which would be interesting because
Mhm.
I've been wanting to see more of C-21 Heisinger for 4 seasons now.
Someday, I'm sure. Someday everybody gets their due, That's why I'm biding my time for more Tamravora.
Right.
Resistance will get its due someday.
And Gayla Voss.
And Gayla Voss.
What if she's like, that's right, I'm here, I don't want to kill you guys, but you're being really annoying. Now let's go to a gala. Going to meet a friend.
She's sitting there and she goes, let me show you all of my old pictures from the gala I went to, including
look
a
at my phone real quick.
360-degree look in full color of what Quinlan Voss
No,
is
it's just
wearing.
like I'm gonna show you my outfit, and then it's like Voss, and then it's like something happens and she like can't show it.
It just cuts to the reference sheet for Gayla Voss for 30 seconds. It's like, see, wasn't that a nice outfit?
Like the rotating model, like the special features of the Clone Wars on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
She's like, this is my boyfriend. It's just Quinlan Voss rotating. This is him dressed up.
He's T-posing and rotating.
As you can see, I can remove each layer so that you can see individually how each layer of tunic is made. Yes.
The color, the hex code colors pop up on the side.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
I think
This
we
is when he was
predicted the
wearing
next
his
episode of Bad Batch.
Montana gold thing. Anyway.
Wasn't he wearing furs too?
Who?
Voss.
I don't think so. It wasn't described like that. It was described as a white tunic with black pants. A white and gold tunic.
I thought there was something about white fur.
The only furs I remember is Lando. On Valdor?
Vandor?
Vandor? Yes, Vandor. Wherever that lodge is. All right, well, this is your podcast. You tell me what to do now.
I mean, I think we talked about Acolyte and Fortnite and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Acolyte trailer. I'm super, super hyped for this show. Uh, it's gonna be a great time. We have so much Star Wars to look forward to this year because we still have Tales of the Jedi, Season 2, allegedly, Skeleton Crew, still allegedly, probably something else.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi, Skeleton Crew, and then Andor probably not till next year. But
Yeah.
that's still two things left. And we were 6 months left. So,
Mm-hmm.
if this is coming out summer, we can still maybe get, last time we got Tales of the Jedi in August or something, right?
Yeah, well, Tales of the Jedi dropped all at once on like the same
Yeah,
day as one of the Endor episodes.
right. But then that sort of leaves fall open for probably Skeleton Crew, maybe?
Yeah, well, I wonder if it'll be the same thing with Fall Skeleton Crew, like starting in like August September, and then Tales of the Jedi will just drop one random day with Skeleton Crew in
Yeah.
November.
Oh, I see. See, I would go the other way. I would give us Skeleton Crew, or sorry, I would give us it in the summer while we have nothing, and then September, October, or whatever.
Well, I'm just going
This-
off what they did for Andor, like just based on what
Right.
that
Well, they
did.
dropped Visions in August. I don't remember when they dropped Tales of the Jedi, but I'm just like, there's a big dead space between what June, July, between
Yeah,
August and presumably the end of the year, which would be October, November, maybe, when a new
yeah.
series would start. So it could be done by December. Because it used to end in December because there was a movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to worry about that no more. They can be like, Book of Boba Fett coming December 29th or
Until
whatever.
we start getting movies again. We're coming up on movies again before we know it.
Yep. Before you know it. Oh, yeah. And I guess summer won't be movieless because I'm going to go see episode 1.
Yes, with a preview for Acolyte in May for September
Word.
or for Phantom Menace. Which is exciting. I remember I was when Rogue One was re-released. I was abusing that AMC A list, man. I was there 3 times a week and more because
Uh,
I used some real
I don't
money
have that
too.
kind of foresight, but I plan on abusing the Costco $20 tickets or whatever. 2 things and a popcorn. Let's go.
Mhm.
What?
Or whatever it is. Something like that.
Well, I think that was a podcast. Where can we find you guys on the interwebs?
Who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
You talk first.
You can check us out at theroguerebels.com. You can like we're on all socials at The Rogue Rebels. We got a Facebook page, except on Twitter, we are Rogue Rebels Fam. We just dropped a really cool episode of our podcast that is not Bad Batch related. We're actually covering a lawsuit with actual people with knowledge of employment law, which is, of course, my beautiful wife and one of her former coworkers. So that's a really interesting podcast, I think, that you might not be able to get anywhere else. So check it out. Newest episode. Good stuff. That's it.
I have nothing. But I am with the Rogue Rebels.
She said, I have nothing. Look what you've taken from me. Lizzie, talk about the TikTok.
What TikTok?
I don't know. We make TikToks.
Oh, well,
Just
yeah.
take something, Lizzie. Take something.
I do. Well, I don't do TikToks, but we
One
have
time I cooked
at
on
the
a TikTok.
Rogue Rebels TikTok.
I
I
cooked
still
on a
have
TikTok.
I literally have a whole TikTok drawing made. I literally just need to post it. But
All right.
now it
Sounds easy.
sucks, Dad, because now I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go home and actually do it. And it's like Rogue Rebels posted a video, and I'm like, well, they already posted a video. I can't.
Don't worry. I usually post in the morning, so you can post your thing all day. And if I didn't post in the morning, go for it.
Okay.
It's all you. And don't worry. I don't think anybody will hate that we posted twice in one day.
I don't know, bro. Sometimes the
How
algorithm
dare
is
you.
crazy.
No, we'll never know if we never post. So
True.
I think we're pretty safe. Oh my God, so many posts.
True.
2.
It is a
How
Rebels.
dare they?
It is a Rebels TikTok. I think it's pretty cute. I just need to
I like
actually
it.
record it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Star Wars Geek Girl, we have a website, starwarsgeekgirl.com. I write things on there. There's a poll if you want to vote for your favorite Rebels season finale. That's what you can do for the next week on there. And then we're on Twitter at SWGeekGirl and Instagram at SWGeekGirl also, and Facebook is Star Wars Geek Girl. If you're just looking for me personally, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Spectre_5 and Twitter at Azoika.
Nice.
I post lots of TikToks. Well,
Yes.
only one a day, I guess. But
See? See that?
Well, we don't post a lot of TikToks. We don't have that problem.
Fair. I keep telling you what TikToks we could do. You guys just need to get in costume. And the problem is,
tell
most
me.
of them are with mom, and she doesn't want to get in costume.
She's got other costumes, I think.
But most
Anyway.
of them are like rebels.
And you haven't told me one in like a while. And I came up with another one the other day that I don't know if I told you about it, but I'll tell you tomorrow if I haven't yet.
Okay.
Mhm.
A birthday idea.
How magical.
Magical.
So follow us on all of the things. Listen to all the podcasts. Go on all the websites. All the social medias. I painted a Sabine doll. I made her.
I saw it was so
Open.
cute. I know you're
Yes.
talking to them, but it was so cute.
Thank you.
No, you're
Lizzy,
talking to the
part of
audience.
You're part of the podcast, Lizzy.
What?
You're part of the podcast, Lizzy.
I know, but like she was talking in the way that it was towards the audience about her TikTok, but I had to let the audience know that yes, it is very cute and it is very good doll.
Thank you.
So,
You
and I
can
had
also
to
see
double say
the
it.
TikTok I forced Safi to make with me.
Oh, you posted it now?
Rad.
Perfect.
Yes. If you want to see Safi be forced to make a TikTok at gunpoint, you can see that.
Perfect. All I've ever wanted.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy. Dead.
I was Sal.
May the force be with you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.